My name is Flora. I'm from Belgium, living in Barcelona for many years. I'm really happy to be able to share with you a business vision which actually resulted in a vision of freedom. When I first listened to the message, I felt fascinated by it. Because we go back to basics, it's a new paradigm. It's going back to being in order to give, in order to have. And if we look at it, at the end, the center of the economy have always been the people. And in the previous century, something happened due to capitalism and the system that persons turned into a number. Here it's back to basics. What we do here is to invest again in human capital, and that allows us to generate an economical capital. But a different kind of way to generate an income, direction, a different kind of freedom. When they introduced me to our work team called International Networkers Team, I felt really comfortable. I really felt like being a part of their mission, which is that thanks to a process of personal growth, hey, in times of change, in whom can we invest better than in ourselves? I cannot change the world, I can't change the system, but I can change myself. And the change in me will influence, yes, my environment. So thanks to a process of personal growth, we can help other persons. This is by social contribution, but it's a kind of social contribution where we learn other persons also to connect with their dreams, with their lifestyle, where we teach them with our example how to get where I would like to go. And by doing this, we can activate a different kind of income that allows us to enjoy from functional freedom, real freedom. If you look at us and you get to know us, you will see that none of us had the information of the new economy. When we talk about the new economy, we talk about new knowledge. And if you look at it, many of us have already an economical activity, a job or a business. We don't have a lot of time and we don't have the knowledge, so normally you would say, it's not my moment for a new project. But it's thanks to the inspiration that you hear, that you listen to business testimonies of other persons, that you're kind of like triggered and you say, oh, if he can, I can. If she can, I can. And the strength of the INT is that being all individual entrepreneurs, we are interconnecting ourselves. And there's where we create a synergy where 1 + 1 is always more than 2. And it's by our individual forces, our individual strength, that we create a collective strength. The INT is present in over 110 countries. Yes, I am presenting to you an international business concept. I would like to share with you some questions that help us to wake up, to create economical consciousness. For example, do you still believe in the future? Do you know already how to overcome the next decade, economical-wise speaking? Do you believe in retirements? Do you really think that at 55 years old you can retire? If I look at the faces of the people when I ask them the questions, you see a certain that they don't feel really comfortable. But we need this feeling. We need to be shaken. We need to be awakened, because it's there where we open up for other options. It's there where we start listening from here. And that's really important in this business. Because if we work with persons, we work from the heart. Here we have the creativity. Here we have love. Here we have passion. And it's from this movement that we will inspire many persons to also have the same option as ours. What would you like to do if you yourself could manage your time and your income? That's quite an interesting question, no? They asked it to me also several years ago. And I was like, huh? A business concept? And they're asking me for my dreams. And in that moment, they asked me, what would you do, Flora? And I looked at the entrepreneur who was sharing this vision with me. I said, I would do many things. But I realized deep inside me that it wasn't easy to answer. Why? Because I think I became one of those persons who part their dreams. I became one of those persons that adapted the dreams to my income or to time. And that's where I woke up and I said, this has to be changed. I have a son. If I look at him when he was small and he was playing with his little airplane, he already had his plane. He was in there. He was the pilot of that plane. Kids are not thinking about, if I have money and if I have time, I will. They just dream and spit it out, no? So we should learn from them, because if we connect again with our dreams, something magical happens. Because it's there where you start to redesign your life. Everything is always being created 2 times. Once here and then in reality. So if you redesign your life, first here, and then you have an option, you have a business option to make this possible, you can really project yourself in a different kind of future, with a different kind of lifestyle. If we look at these statistics, they're quite clear. The question is, after working 40 years, by the way, the best years of our lives, where would you like to be? On top or here below? It's all about the power of taking decisions. Because if you take a decision, this means that you also take the decision to undertake different actions in function of the decision you took. And here, if you say yes to where you want to be, here on top or more down low, here on top is with your dreams, yeah? Then we have an incredible business project in our hands to help you out, to step by step, together with the team, go there. What is the opportunity of the 21st century? It has everything to do with the distribution model. In the previous century, which is a century of the Industrial Revolution, we have a factory that produces a product, and thanks to a chain of persons in the middle, this product arrives to the customer, who, by the way, pays for the salaries of the person in the middle. In the 21st century, everything goes way more quicker. A factory produces a product and it goes straight away to the final customer. Hey, the world is globalized. There does exist a globalized crisis, but I'm now also talking about a globalized opportunity. Factory, final customer. And there's something that really fascinates me. How do I get to know my product service ID? I'm now talking about the ID through recommendation. How many times do we recommend without realizing it? I live in Barcelona and from Belgium. Many times people from Belgium come to Barcelona. It's a nice place to visit. And then they call me, Flora, do you know a hotel, some nice restaurants for tapas, etc., etc. What do? I recommend. Do I get money for this recommendation from the hotel or the restaurants? No. But here, for sharing a business vision that will lead us to a vision of freedom, I am paid out with a commission of 64%. It's an incredible margin in this industry. It's a people business. People that know people that know people. Without realizing, we recommend things that we know are going to be good for them. Now, if we decide to be an entrepreneur in the 21st century, by meaning to develop the business, then you also start to activate another kind of income, and that's where we have the quality of life. The income we all know is a linear income. Doesn't matter whether we are entrepreneurs, we have a job, we're independents. What do we do at the end? We exchange time for an income. For example, you work 8 hours, you get. You work 10 hours and hopefully you get more. But there you have the ceiling. The limitation doesn't have to do anything with our capacity. The limitation has to do with time. A day has 24 hours. If you look at the residual income, kind of like a passive income, you don't have this limitation anymore. Let's observe the concept through the example of a singer. He produces a CD. He produces it once. He prepares it in the studio, produces it once, and then they make copies and start to sell all over the world. What does he get? Royalties. It's an unlimited income that passes on to 3 generations. When the artist is not there anymore, it goes to the children, grandchildren, grand-grandchildren. Look at Elvis Presley, look at Michael Jackson. Now I talk about us, we have the same concept of income, which means that there comes a moment that our physical presence is not necessary anymore. That means that we don't depend on the time anymore. Most of us, we start to develop this business in X free hours. Is that important? Really important. Let's be realistic. Many of us, when we receive this message, we have a job, we don't have time, and we also do not have the knowledge. So many of us could say, it's not my moment. But then again, thanks to the flexibility and the support of the team, everybody who would like to do so has the possibility to do so. And if we do it in a professional way, hand in hand with a team, even though it's in X free hours a day a week, it's question of time that you can start to enjoy this passive income and go direction functional freedom. Functional freedom is that you can do what you like to do, with whom you like to do it, where you want to do it, and for the time you want to do it. It's really freedom. What do the experts say? I recommend you to look at the person who you see here, because they wrote some book like Charles King. We also have Paul St. Pilzer. And when you read about them and you read their books, it's a reaffirmation of what I'm telling you now. Listen, I'm not talking about something that is happening, that will happen in the future. I'm talking about changes that are already on the table. I'm talking about the present. It's a question that we already made the change to realize that things have changed. If we look at the possibility of this industry, last year this industry had a turnover of over $175 billion all over the world. It's a mega tendency. If we continue, then we will be introduced now to the company, which is the operational platform to whom we are associated. It's the best one. I'm really glad that I got to know the owners of the company. David Lisenby, he's the man with the vision. Bianca Lisenby, his wife, she's the woman of the heart. Steve too, he's a really recognized CEO who is working every day to give the best from the company so that we, as independent entrepreneurs, have the tools to be successful in this business and to really achieve our dreams. We have so many recognitions, and it's just an affirmation of what I'm saying. All over the world you can receive information about the growth of our company and also about the potential. The potential has to be but where we are heading to. So if you look at this and you put it all together on a table, it's so easy to take this decision. Mega trend, the mega tendency of well-being. Who wants to feel well? Who wants to look good? That has to do with the mega tendency of wellness. We have in our hands a unique, patented, exclusive nutritional supplement. We have a 100% natural product in our hands that everybody needs. They know it or not, they understand it or not. If we want to feel good, look good, we need to take care of our immune system. That's the base of our wellness. We have a supplement, nutrition supplement in our hands that helps our body to connect again with the balance so that everything can function in an optimal way. At the end, what we do is we socialize the product. I take care of myself. I want my beloved ones to take care of themselves. So if I know that these products help them, for example, when my son has to study, that he's concentrated, that his head is focused on his studies. Persons that don't sleep very well, that they can have a good night rest. Who doesn't want to lose 5 years? If you really take care of yourself from the inside, where would it be reflected? On the outside. I have here, for example, a small envelope called Energy. The name says it. You put it in a small bottle of water, you drink it, and it gives you energy, but a good one. And at the same time, you're taking care of yourself. Ask the person who gave you this information about our protein. It's the best one that exists all over the world nowadays. It's called ProTF. Who doesn't want to lose weight? This protein helps us a lot to lose in a very efficient, visible way weight. Just ask for the information. I know why I'm saying it. How do we generate income in this business, in this economy? You have several options. You can activate fast bonuses. That's really important for the persons who enter so that they can get the investment out of it. And they can also touch money. It's very motivating. It's like, hey, it's real. And then there is a strategy that we work a lot with. It's called Club 250. It's a business strategy that allows ourselves to maximize the incentive program that the company gives us. It allows us to grow 3 times faster than when we work on minimum terms. In Europe, we are really glad the company gave this to us. Please also ask the person who invited you to this information for more details about the strategy Club 250. Now I would like to share with you the vision of the passive income, the residual income. If you look at it, and it's a question of time, that with the knowledge we have, with what we are already doing, and with your yes, that you can also start to enjoy of the advantages of the exponential growth. Persons that know persons, that know persons, that know persons. What do? First you say yes. You activate an international educational franchise code. That's our business concept. It's an educational franchise that allows you to develop a free economy all over the world. Why is the educational part so important? Because when we entered into this project, we didn't know how to become successful in building out this business in a solid, stable, productive way. But once you have this knowledge, what do? You duplicate it, so that other persons can teach others to also be successful in this business, okay? For example, I share this vision of freedom with 6 persons. I cannot give you a profile. It has to do everything with the attitude. It has to do everything with what they want. Where are you now? Where would you like to be in, for example, 2 to 5 years? If you already have a way to go there, bingo. If not, this might be a super mega plan B, C, D to become finally a plan A, like it was in my case. If you now look at it, how the commissions are divided, you see here we work with the example of the strategy Club 250. The company, and that's also something that I really like because it makes the project accessible for everybody. We are all independent entrepreneurs. What does my company cost me every month? Every project, every company has an operational cost. It can be the rent of a local, it can be the employees you have to pay every month, etc., etc. The only thing the company asks us to do is to invest in our well-being. Our well-being, the well-being of our beloved ones, family, and persons around us. By making an investment of $1.1 all over the world. Look at it, how this company works. They want us all over the world to be able to generate in the same way an income. $1.1 for everybody. So your operational cost is $100. Now if we work with Club 250, you move more. Because Club 250, we talk about an excess of 150 points. Look at the amounts we see here. I know that for many of us, it's a new economical horizon. And every big thing starts in small. The most important thing is that you say yes. That you have this trigger and feeling like, I want to go ahead for myself and for the person in who I believe. And the good news is that you're not alone. Nobody is alone in this business. Why? Because we are all part of the INT, International Networkers team. We are thousands of men and women who are really committed to make the change in the life of the persons. When you say yes, and you are committed with your yes, then 50% is our task. For example, if we look back at the previous one and you recommend this project to 6 persons, these 6 persons, which is the base of your structure, it's an example, will be worked by us. You will not do the job there. It's your mentor who will do the job for you. And while he's doing it, he's teaching you, you are learning, so you can afterwards duplicate this way of working. The INT has an educational system that consists on one hand of activities. We have private universities where people with authority of result share their best practices. And then we also have tools. For example, the Guide to Success. The founder of our team is Dr. Hermio Nevares. He's the man of the vision. He designed this educational system. The Guide to Success is like a GPS. Here we have the basic fundamentals so that everybody can have access to it and become a professional in this industry. We also have tools to talk about this business opportunity to persons in a very neutral, in a very professional way. We also have invitations so we can move persons to prestigious hotels and they can come and listen to the business vision. So to open it up for as many people as possible. Now, the question is, that it's time to make a decision. The question is, what do you want? And if you take a decision, you get the commitment to also take actions in function of the decision we took. In this business, and I just refer to my case, it's so easy. I had a big yes. I wanted to have more time. I had my own company in a traditional business, and I am one of those persons that didn't work anymore for living, but I lived for my work. And I paid a high emotional price with my son, for example, till I said, basta, stop. Time is life, life is time. If I want to have a better lifestyle, I have to do something different. Because if I stay in remaining the same, my result will be what? The same. So I said yes. I said, I want to do this. I am willing that you teach me how to do this. I'm willing to learn. We designed a very nice, ambitious, simple action plan, and together with my mentors, we just took off. I designed my dream board, my son designed his dream board, and it's amazing the feeling you have when you really see that things are happening, that these images you put on your dream board start to be reality, no? And then dreams change, and at the end, for me nowadays, it's a lifestyle project. For me, it's a way of living, and also a way of leaving a legacy for my son, my family, and for the persons who believe in this. The decision is you. Just if you look at it, or if you feel with the information you just received now, and you might need more, you just ask it to the person who gave this to you. What do you want to be? A customer? Do you see yourself as a customer in this team? Great, taking care of your well-being. Do you see yourself as a distributor? I have many persons who work with the products because they have an added value for the project, for the business they already have. They buy and resell. Or would you like to take the decision to start to transform yourself in an entrepreneur of the 21st century, direction your functional freedom? Together